What's up everyone, Cameron here from Community Boost, and I just wanted to share a couple key insights to help you crush that interview you have coming up and get the job you want. I know interviewing can be nerve-wracking to say the least, and personally, I've now interviewed likely over 100 candidates in my time at Community Boost, and these are really, I guess I would say, my top three tips to just really stand out from the crowd. So, first job, congrats. You did the hard work, you got the interview, right? This is where so much of a hiring decision is really made. And so let's just go through what's gonna happen. All right, so you're sitting down, you're waiting, and then all of a sudden, they're coming out to get you, right? And that first impression. So yes, handshakes, whatever, that's important. But there's a little tactic here I like to recommend that will really set you at ease and help you stand out. So, you're in an office space, there's something unique to that culture around. Could be a graffiti wall that has their mission or says create your own tomorrow on it. Or at our office now, we have something that says live a great story, right? And so you're walking back to the conference room, just be like, I'd love to, what's the story? That's a really cool graffiti wall. What's the story on that? Or why does that say, create your own tomorrow? I really like that, right? So you start to interview them, you break that ice. Breaking the ice is important and it helps you stand out. Cool. So now let's get into the meat of the interview, right? The beginning, the opening piece. This is an important part. And I would say the vast majority of interviews often start with, all right, James, tell us a little bit about yourself. Now, this is a moment where you can be like the 90% of interviewees, or you can really stand out. Most people are like, hey, well, my name is James, I'm a recent graduate from UC wherever, and that's it, right? And then, or I'm from Florida and whatever, I just moved to San Diego. That's about you. And this is an opportunity to like really share who you are, what you're about, and also even how it really adds value to the company. And so most companies today, especially if you're young, you're a millennial, you're out there looking for a cool company, they have their values, right? Their core values on their website. Take a moment and actually think about these and review them. And if you can somehow reference your strengths into those, authentically, that's what they're looking for, right? They penned what kind of, values they're wanting from a team member. So think about your why statement here, your opening statement. All right, James, tell us a little bit about yourself. Well, my name is James, and I am passionate about helping great causes drive the supporters that they need to their site, right? I love marketing, I love digital, I love helping companies think about where their attention is actually at and how they can grow their organization so they can make a bigger impact, right? I just made that up on the spot, right? But whatever you're about, all right, well, my name is Sarah, and I love telling stories through the arts. And I love doing that for, great causes. And that idea inspires me. If I can do that every single day, that would really drive me. And that's why I'm excited to be here today and talk to your team. So just really think about that. Think about the values of the company and try and interweave those a little bit and pen that. If you can pen how you want to start for that specific interview, you're going to be off to a great start and feeling good. So you go through the interview, some companies will go more background heavy and really dive deep into your background. So you really want to kind of know what went well, what didn't at your different jobs. Others, it's more behavioral, right? And so all you can do there is like really try and do your best and show up there. But they almost all end the same, you guys. And they end with, okay, John, do you have any questions for us? And this is your moment. You are ready for this. If you are making up questions on the spot, you're blowing it. You need to have questions ready to go. And personally, I highly recommend they're incredibly hard. You want to ask hard questions to your interviewers. This is a moment for you to stand out. So if I'm in your interview, and I would say most people don't do this, what we're typically getting is, what does a typical day look like? What's the culture like? That is just, it's bland, and it's something, you're not standing out with that. But if someone asks me, oh, Cameron, it's really inspiring, what you have built over the past few years. What's your 3-year vision for Community Boost? Okay, that would be a great question. I almost feel on my heels. I got to show up for you. Now I'm in here, I'm trying to sell you on why you're a good fit for us. That's a great question. But then even have a follow-up, right? Like, man, Cameron, that is really inspiring to hear. What keeps you up at night? Like, what challenges are you anticipating or worried about that might prevent you and the team from living into that vision? Wow, like this person is a critical thinker. I love how they are thinking about these type of things, and they seem to really care about where we're going. It can be other things. You can ask questions about the business model. You can ask questions about the sector they're in. And like for me, I value that. I think that critical thinking is huge, and you definitely stand out. And then kind of the last piece here is, okay, how do we bring it all full circle? So you had your opening statement in essence, right? Like your why you're about. And then there's going to be this wind down. It's going to be like, okay, cool. Well, any final questions? And this is your moment to not just say, no, thanks. It was great. You can do that and be like everyone else, or you can say, no, Cameron, I think I'm good, but I just have to say, I really love what you guys are doing here and accomplishing X, Y, and Z. I think my passion for tying back to your why statement of, design and storytelling can really contribute to where you guys are going. And just take that moment and seize that moment. And it can feel uncomfortable, but hey, what do you have to lose? Leave it all out on the table. And if you show your care for a company and they don't hire you, they're lost, right? So I hope that was helpful. Let me know if you have any feedback or any questions. Obviously, we're passionate about this type of thing, and we'll see you next time. And then, take in some of the content. And if it's stuff you like, please share it down the road.